How do you add a whimsical and enchanting touch to any room? If you're a fan of fantasy and fairy tales, you'll love the magical quality of these DIY mushroom decor. Hi, I'm Robin. For my first DIY project, one of my friends, Lee Knighton, and I got together and created a pattern of a mushroom in a garden with sunflowers and rocks. Then I cut it out on my scroll saw. I liberally covered the piece with Elmer's glue to use as a primer before I painted the flowers, rocks, leaves, and mushroom with yellow, black, and brown paints. Then I dry brushed some white paint on top of the mushroom just to give it a little highlight. I attached a napkin to the back and cut it out. Here's how it looks so far. I received some digital art prints, including this fairy wall art from Black Rose Digitals on Etsy. They have a wide variety of stunning digital wall art pictures to choose from, such as bees, fairies, mushrooms, gothic, and more. You can find their link to their shop in the description box, and if you use my code RobinsDIY, you'll get a 30% discount on your purchase, so make sure to check it out. To ensure the edges were even, I used my paper cutter to cut out the fairy print and attached it to a gold tray that I had bought at Dollar Tree. I felt that the tray would provide a lovely background for the enchanting scene with the mushroom decor I had crafted earlier. So, using Elmer's glue once again, I liberally applied it to the back of the fairy print, and then using this scraper, I smoothed everything out and then attached it to the gold tray. I just made sure everything was even, and then I painted the area around the fairy print with burnt umber paint and positioned the mushroom decor against the tray to preview how it would look. To create a forest scene around the fairies, I added a few whimsical florals, such as 2 purple flowers with green leaves, some glittery stems, and wheatgrass. There would have been a gap right behind the mushroom, so I decided to place moss behind it, which I secured in place with hot glue. Next, I used more hot glue to attach the mushroom piece to the front, making sure that there were no edges sticking out at the bottom so that it could stand upright. This piece has a whimsical charm that brings the outdoors into your home this spring. And it's the perfect decor for those who love fantasy themes. For my next DIY project, I used a pattern of floral fairies that I got from Charles Deering. Once I cut out the design, I thought of adding more elements to make it look even better, so I decided to use a digital print of mushrooms in orange and blue from Black Rose Digitals as a backdrop. I wanted to create a textured effect, and to achieve that, I used jute twine to cover the moon. I put hot glue down in a line on the wood, and then I cut the twine into small pieces to cover the glue. I repeated this process several times to ensure that the twine was laid out neatly and had a clean look. This was important to me because I wanted the twine to appear clean and distinct rather than have it twisted like a rope. My feelings about using yarn are mixed, But for this particular project, I decided to give it a try. I thought that using yarn would add texture and depth to the piece and give it a shabby chic look. I had a green colored yarn that I used in the same way as the twine. I put the glue down first and then covered it with the yarn. I used the green yarn for all the leafy parts of the pattern. This process was time consuming, but I wanted to make sure that the yarn was laid out evenly and looked neat. I originally decided to use pink yarn with a purple center for the flowers, but after applying it, I didn't like it. And since I'm not a big fan of using yarn, I didn't have a lot of it to work with. So I decided to switch to gray yarn, which I thought would be a better fit for the flowers. To add a bit of contrast, I used white yarn for the center of the flowers. I was delighted with the new look, so I removed the pink flower and changed it to gray as well. After that, I decided to paint the fairy using a metallic silver color, which gave it a stunning and eye-catching appearance. Here's how it looks so far. I had an unused canvas that I had previously painted black for a different DIY project. To use it for this project, I applied glue to the canvas and spread it out using a spreader. Then I applied the mushroom digital print and added another layer of glue on top and smoothed out all the wrinkles. Next, I used hot glue to place the fairy flowers wood piece on top. To complete the project, I cut out the backer into a round shape using my scroll saw. I felt that the piece needed a little extra touch, so I decided to add some wooden mushrooms that I found at Diorama. To make them match the mushrooms in the digital print, I painted them with a light brown color. Once they were painted, I attached them to the project in several places using hot glue. This added a complementary touch to the colors in the digital print and made everything blend together seamlessly. This DIY project, with its intricate details and magical fairy theme, serve us as a reminder of the enchanting beauty of spring. I'm participating in the Fantasy Mushroom Decor DIY Challenge, hosted by Urban Legends Antiques and co-hosted by Crafting with Indiana Jones and myself. There's a giveaway. It involves watching each video in the playlist and leaving a comment with the hashtag DIY Mushroom Decor to enter. Good luck to all of the participants. For my next DIY project, I used a white bottle and I applied adhesive spray all over it. Once the glue became tacky, I began painting a mushroom on top. The mushroom had a red top with white polka dots, which I created using a paintbrush to achieve the mushroom shape, and the back of the paintbrush to add the white dots. To add more depth to the piece, I used my paintbrush to create wide upward strokes in the gaps between the mushrooms to give the illusion of green grass or greenery. I also experimented with the different shades of green and brown to create contours for the grass, and also used brown paint at the bottom for texture. As a final touch, I added a butterfly stamp that I received from Panda Hall Selected. This mushroom painted bottle is a unique and playful addition to any home decor collection. It perfectly captures the spirit of spring with its vibrant colors and whimsical design. The green grass and butterfly stamp add an extra touch of natural beauty, making it the ideal vessel to display fresh blooming flowers. It's a perfect way to add some character and charm to your home. Looking to bring a bit of magic and nature into your home decor? Look no further than these DIY mushroom decor projects. These whimsical and enchanting designs are perfect for adding a pop of color and a touch of natural beauty to any room in your home. And don't forget to enter the giveaway with the hashtag DIY mushroom decor. For more fantasy-inspired decor ideas, click on the next video.